Racers, JonRacer3 today, back for the final installment of the Legacy-ish series, if you could call it that. These are all of the winners of all of the 2020 tournaments that have aired this year, about to take on the 6 lane down to see who can get the fastest time on the slot car dragon timing set. This will decide the last car to enter into the Tournament of Champions, which will be happening in the upcoming next few weeks. Now, we have a lot of beautiful cars here, and for the first time we actually don't have any duplicates racing to try and get the fastest time to move on to the tournament. So the way this is going to work is the top 4 times from each of these cars are going to be entered into a drag race, and the winner of that drag race will move on to the Tournament of Champions. We have a lot of fast cars here with a lot of crazy backstories. For example, that gold Lamborghini Sesto Elemento has been the runner-up of so many tournaments. It'll be very exciting to see how fast he can go and if he can make it into the Tournament of Champions, because this is his last chance. Now let's go ahead and start racing. Now, at the time of filming this, not all of videos have come out yet, so these cars are racing in order of the most viewed video of this year at the moment of filming. So right now it is the Ferrari 458 Spider in blue. Let's see how fast he can go in 3, 2, 1. Pretty fast. He gets a little bit loose. We're going to give him another chance. Hopefully he does not get derailed this time. Let's see how fast he can go. That's pretty quick. He's going to do a 2.362 as our first time, and that's pretty good. Next up, we got the blue Porsche 918 Spider. There are 3 918 Spiders performing today, so let's see how this one does. This lane seems to be getting a little loose today, but he's still going to pull out a 2.4 for the second run. Next up, we have one of 3 Sesto Elementos competing today. We have the Sesto in blue. 3, 2, 1. These Sestos are going to be blazing fast. A 2.43 coming from the Sesto. Next up, we have a Tomica Lotus Exige R GT. 3, 2, 1. Pretty quick for the Lotus, a 2.474. We now have our top 4 cars as they stand. In order to get in the top 4, you got to beat that Porsche with a 2.481. Next up, we got the red Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. This thing has competed in pretty much every single year of tournaments. Let's see if it can make it. 3, 2, 1. Pretty quick, a 2.360. It's a 2.3, so it's very fast. Next up, we got the Nissan Skyline police car. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that seemed pretty quick. 2.386. Next up, we've got the second Porsche 918 Spider of the day. 3, 2, 1. Oh, when he gets loose, we're going to give him a rerun. Let's let it try again. A pretty smooth run this time. He's going to get a 2.437. Not quite fast enough to beat the 2.430. Next up, we've got the Aston Martin Vantage. Oh, he gets loose. A lot of cars are getting loose for some reason. We're going to give him a re-race. Let's try him again. Smooth that time around, a 2.342. I was not expecting that. That is our new fastest time for today. Now, in order for a car to get on the leaderboard, they got to pass at 2.386. So they got to be in the 2.3s. We got the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Pretty quick, stays on the track well, 2.378. He gets in. Next up, we have the winner of the pool race, which it does have a little bit of a rust on the wheels. Let's see how fast it can go in 3, 2, 1. You can just hear the rust on those wheels. It's going to be a 2.8. That is pretty slow. Next up, we got the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup. 3, 2, 1. Wow, another car gets loose. This is a very loose racetrack today. He goes again. Look at that. He's going to get loose again. We're going to give him another shot. If he doesn't make it, well, that's unfortunate. These cars are just so fast. This one can barely stay on the track. Let's see if he can stay on for his third run. It doesn't look like he's going to get loose. He's going to clock a 2.5, which is not fast enough. A shame for the Porsche. I felt kind of bad because this car seems to have a lot of potential, so I straightened out the track to see if that could make a difference. No, the Porsche still manages to hop off the track. Guess he's just way too quick. Next up, we have the Pagani Huayra Hot Wheels ID version. 3, 2, 1. The Pagani gets loose. What is with this track? So I made some adjustments to the track. I switched around some pieces, so hopefully the track doesn't wipe out. If this Pagani doesn't wipe out, we're going to give that Porsche one more shot. And the Pagani doesn't wipe out. It's going to clock in a time of a 2.4, so it's not quite fast enough. But since the track is repaired, let's give the Porsche one more shot. This Porsche is just showing so much potential, so I think it has its right to try and get a clean run on this track. So let's see if the Porsche can actually make it this time. And the Porsche does. It's a clean run for the Porsche with a 2.372. And it's just fast enough to get into the 4th spot. Was it worth it? Well, we're about to find out. Next up, we have the Mercedes-Benz AMG Hot Wheels ID. That seemed pretty quick. It's going to do 2.323. That is quick. Next up, we have the Gazella R. That seemed not as quick. We're going to get a 2.4 from the Gazella R. Next up, we got a Hot Wheels Real Riders Lamborghini Veneno. 3, 2, 1. The Real Riders haven't proved to be very fast, but hey, it's not bad from the Veneno, a 2.7, not the slowest we've seen. Next up, we've got a red Corvette. Now, if you guys watched the 2019 video, this red Corvette made it, but it was beat out by its gold variation, which won the 2019 tournament. Let's see if the red Corvette can pull out a good time today. It's very quick, a 2.360. It's gonna make it. Now, funny enough, both the 3rd and 4th place cars have clocked in a 360, so we're going to have to see which one moves on if one of them gets eliminated. But next up, we have the Jaguar F-Type Project 7. Oh, it seemed quick, but he got derailed. It's a 2.350 though. So he is going to make it on the board. But we're going to give him another shot. So even though he's on the board, let's see if he can get a faster time because he did get derailed. This Jaguar is so fast. A 2.334. That's a much better time. So here we go. We still have that tie. So if these cars still manage to stay in the spot they are, which I don't think they will, then they'll have to just battle it out. But next up we have the Bugatti Chiron. He gets derailed. Interesting. Let's give him another shot. The Bugatti Chiron, one of the most iconic hypercars, clocks in a 2.4, so he's not fast enough. But hey, at least he made it here. Next up we got a blue Lamborghini Diablo. Oof, that thing seems fast. A 2.403, not fast enough. Next up we have another Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. All of these cars seem so fast, but they have to beat a 2.3 to get in, which this Super Trofeo did not. Next up we have the BMW M4. The M4 is pretty quick. 2.375, not fast enough. You gotta beat a 2.36. Next, we got the Lamborghini Huracan. The Huracan seemed pretty quick. 2.4, not fast enough. Next, we got a Fiat 500. This might be quick. 2.36, 2.38, nope. Next up, we have the red Lamborghini Veneno. The Veneno seems to make it to a lot of these. Let's see how fast it can go. The red Veneno is going to clock in a time of a 2.399. Next up, we got our final Porsche 918 Spider. 3, 2, 1. The 918 Spider is going to clock in at 2.347. He makes it in. That is now the time to beat, and he beat out the two cars that were tied. Next up, we have a Matchbox Audi R8. The Matchbox R8 seemed pretty quick with the 2.381. It's not going to be fast enough. Got to beat that 2.4. 2.34, I mean. Let's go up next. We got the Nissan GTR. Ooh, got a little bit of a bump there. 2.4, not fast enough. Next up, we got the Indy 500 Oval from the Daytona 500 video. Doesn't seem that fast. It was pretty quick, but not fast enough. Next up, we have the Rocket League Octane car. That seemed pretty quick. 2.499, it was not. Next up, we got the orange McLaren Senna, which won like one of the first tournaments it was in, so I wasn't able to race in any of the other hypercar videos this year, so hopefully it proves to be well. 3, 2, 1. The McLaren Senna is going to clock in at 2.4. Next up, we have the notorious Ferrari FXX. 3, 2, 1. It didn't seem that fast. It's going to clock in at 2.47. Next up, we got the gold Mazda Furai. Mazda Furai is going to clock in at 2.376. Not fast enough. Next up, we got Yoshi. Those Mario Kart cars are fast. Going to clock in at 2.36. It's not fast enough. Got to get a 2.34. But man, that Yoshi was quick. Next up, we have the silver Ferrari 458 faster than ever car. These faster than evers have proven to be fast. He's going to do a 2.37, but he's not fast enough. Next up, we got the Ferrari 458 Italia. This is just the white variation of the car. Right before it, 2.385. It's under a 2.4, but it's not fast enough. Next, we got the white Lamborghini Aventador. 2.37. Next up, we got the Mitsuoka Orochi, which I am very surprised is here. As a Tomica, it proved to be very quick. The 2.443. He's not going to make it. Next up, we have our second Sesto Elemento. The next one's the gold one. 3, 2, 1. These Sestos have proven to be very fast castings. This one's going to clock in at 2.39. And next, we have the gold Sesto Elemento, the one of the most notorious cars that has tried to make it in this tournament. Every single tournament, Let's see if he can make it this time. He's got to get faster than a 2.34. 3, 2, 1. That seemed quick. Is he going to make it? 2.32. He's going to make it into the top 4. The gold Sesto is going to make it into second place in the top 4 with only a few cars left. Next up, we have the Tomica Ferrari LaFerrari. Very surprised this casting won. Not the fastest, as it's going to clock in at 2.6. Next up, we have a Ford Escort that won the Halloween tournament. Oh, I thought that had potential, but it's going to clock in at 2.47. We've got 3 cars left, and they're all fast. We have the Ferrari LaFerrari, which actually came second in Hot Wheels Tournament Season 4, and now he's back. Can he make it into the Tournament of Champions? I don't think so. That was pretty slow. Our second to last car is a BMW 2002. Now, a lot of you guys don't know this because I raced the BMW 2002 a lot before I started this channel, and it's been one of my fast cars ever since. I believe it made it to Hot Wheels Tournament Season 5, but it got eliminated. Let's see what time it can clock. Look at that. It's going to clock in at 2.328. That thing is quick. Here are your final 4 cars with the last car on the line. We have the Jaguar F-Type Project 7 about to be dethroned by the Jaguar XESV Project 8. Let's see which Jag is faster. 3, 2, 1. He's got to get faster than a 2.334. 2.324. He makes it. This is going to be our fastest race ever. All of these cars are within 1,000th of a second of each other. We got the Mercedes with a 2.323. Then we have a 2.324 for the Jag, 2.328 for the BMW, and a 2.329 for the Sesto Elemento. It'll be one race down the 6th lane to see which one will run to the Tournament of Champions. And man, we have a great selection here. The cars are all lined up. The Mercedes, the Jag, the BMW, and the Sesto. This is the Sesto's last stand. So many second place finishes for this car. It's been so quick. I want to see it win, and I want to see it move on to the Tournament of Champions. Can he be the fastest 2020 car? We're about to find out with the lane down to the 6th lane. That didn't make any sense. Now let's go ahead and start this race. Who will it be? In 3, 2, 1. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be the BMW 2002, just barely beating out the Sesto Elemento in lane 1. Wow, that was a close race, but it's gonna be the BMW 2002, just barely edging off the competition and moving on as your fastest car in the 2020 tournaments. The Sesto Elemento rolled right off of the table and onto the carpet. It's all over. These cars were so close to each other in the finish line. The Sesto gave it his all, and he will definitely go down in the history books on the JonRacer3 channel, but it's going to be the BMW 2002 taking the win for 2020, which I'm very stoked about because I want to see this thing compete against all the other champion cars. Now that all of the champion cars have been decided, let's take a look at all of them before the tournament start. There will be a trailer coming next week, but we have all of these cars on the bottom 3 levels, and man, am I excited for this. It's going to be a 3-part series coming to the channel in December, so hope you guys are excited. Thank you guys so much for watching the tournament. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the Tournament of Champions. See you guys later. Peace!